Hello and welcome back to Crochet College. My name is Mia, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful simple beanie. One thing that I really like about this pattern is that the brim has this nice faux knitted look even though the whole thing is crocheted. In the description box down below there is a link to the written pattern as well as any supplies that you might need to make this hat today. To make this design today I will be using the following supplies. I have a worsted weight yarn. Today I'm using a superwash merino wool, but any worsted weight yarn you have will work. I'll be using a 3mm crochet hook. And whenever I create a hat, I always have my measuring tape, a yarn needle, and a pair of scissors handy. I begin this project by first creating a magic ring to work all of my stitches into. Once I've inserted my hook into the top loop of the magic ring, I'll first chain 1, and then I will work 12 double crochets into the magic ring. Once I've worked all 12 double crochets into that magic ring, I can insert my hook into the top of my first double crochet and slip stitch to join. From here, I will then pull my magic ring tightly closed to create no hole. I'm now ready to begin round 2. For round 2, I will chain 2 to get up to height, and then I will yarn over, insert my hook into the top of the first stitch, and work 2 double crochets into that same stitch. I will continue working 2 double crochets into each stitch all the way around, totaling in 24 double crochets. I will end round 2 by reaching my hook into the top of the first double crochet and slip stitching to join. This is how I will complete every round. To begin round 3, I'll chain 2, work 2 double crochets into that first stitch, followed by 1 double crochet in the top of the next stitch. I will continue this pattern of 2 double crochets followed by 1 double crochet all the way around. At the end of round 3, I slip stitched to join, and now I'm ready to begin round 4. For round 4, I chain 2 and work 2 double crochets into that first stitch, followed by 1 double crochet worked into each of the next 2 stitches. I will continue this pattern of 2 double crochets worked into 1 stitch, followed by 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches all the way around. Once I slip stitch to join round 4, I'm ready to begin round 5 by chaining 2 and working 2 double crochets into that first stitch. Next, I will work 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. I will continue this pattern of 2 double crochets worked into 1 stitch, followed by 1 double crochet worked into the next 3 stitches all the way around. Once I've joined round 5, I begin round 6 by chaining 2 and working 2 double crochets into that first stitch. Next, I will work 1 double crochet into each of the next 4 stitches. I will continue this pattern of 2 double crochets worked into 1 stitch, followed by 1 double crochet worked into each of the next 4 stitches all the way around. Once I have slip stitched to join round 6, I'm ready to begin round 7, which will be my final round of increases. I've chained 2, and now I will work 2 double crochets into that first stitch, followed by 1 double crochet into each of the next 5 stitches. I will continue that all the way around. After joining round 7, I've been left with a circle that measures roughly 6 inches. This is the size I'm looking for to create an adult beanie. If you wanted a size smaller, you could not increase your circle as big and adjust the diameter to a smaller size. Or if you needed yours to be a little bit bigger, you could continue increasing this flat circle with extra rows of increasing double crochets. Since I've gotten my flat circle to a size that I need it to be, I'm ready to begin round 8, which will be the first round of my body. I begin by chaining 1, yarning over, and working a half double crochet into the 3rd loop of the previous round. So I'm not working through the top of the stitch, but instead I'm coming around the back and finding this 3rd loop to pull my hook through. So I'm yarning over and working 1 double crochet into that 3rd loop. I'm going to do this for every stitch around. And what you can see is that as you pull these 3rd loops, you wind up with a beautiful ribbing on the front of the hat. So you can see it's got this nice, beautiful detail line coming across. Once I get to the end of round 8, I will be slip stitching to join by inserting my hook into the top of the first half double crochet and slip stitching. My next few rounds, for rounds 9 and round 10, will be a repeat of round 8. So for rounds 9 and 10, I will be working 1 half double crochet into the 3rd loop of each stitch around. I'll meet you there. After completing round 10, you can start to see the detail of this hat, especially that beautiful ribbing. For round 11, I will chain 1 and work 1 half double crochet into the top of each stitch. So I'm no longer working into that 3rd loop. I will work 1 half double crochet into the top of each stitch for round 11, and then I will do the exact same stitch for round 12. So I will have 2 rounds of regular half double crochets. I'll meet you there. Once I've completed round 12, I'm starting to be left with this beautiful shape to the hat. I'm going to continue working up the body with repeats of rounds 8 through 12 until I've reached my desired length. I continued working repeats of that sequence until my hat measured roughly 6 1/4 inches long. I want to leave about 1.5 inches to 2 inches for my brim at the bottom. I create the brim by working a chain of however long I would like the brim to be. For me, today I'm making that chain 8 stitches long. Once I've created the initial foundation chain for the brim, I'll chain 1 extra and then begin working slip stitches along the foundation chain for the brim. Once I've made the slip stitches, returning me all the way back to the base of the body, I will then skip that first stitch and slip stitch into the 2nd stitch along the brim. Now I'll turn my work and begin slip stitching in the back loop only, all the way across. Once I've made my way to the end of the brim, I'll chain 1 and turn my work. It's important to make sure I turn my work the same direction each time I come to the end of the brim, otherwise that edge will be a little wiggly on you. Once I've turned my work, I insert my hook into the back loop, and I will be slip stitching my way right back along all 8 stitches. Once I make my way back to the body of my hat, I'll slip stitch into the next available stitch and turn my work. I will continue this sequence of working back loop, slip stitches all the way around to create my brim. So once I've worked my way all the way around the brim, I'm left with this one little opening still at the end. To seal it up, I am going to slip stitch my way between these 2 sides. Another option would be to finish off your work and use the tail to seam those 2 ends together. Once I've slip stitched those 2 sides together, I'll chain 1 and finish off my work. I like to leave a long tail so this way I can weave in those ends and use the remainder of the yarn to add a little embellishment. And just like that, this beautiful beanie is finished.